Hello, BookTube, and welcome back to the Library Tour of Doom, a library tour of every book ever printed in English that Lord Ganesha and I thought was a good idea at the time. Now we're sort of committed. He's as addicted to clicks on YouTube as I am, so we're just going to take you through every book that I own, every book that I ever have owned, and every ebook that I own, and probably every ebook that I ever have owned. So it could take some time. And today we're going back, I think, to 2018, 2019. It's a recent book and it's a kid's book, and it is a charming keeper. A charming keeper. And it is this: My Pillow Keeps Moving. There is a window full of pillows, and you will notice, as the old saying goes, one of these things is not like the other. This is written by Laura Gell and illustrated by Christopher Wayant. And it is the story, at first, of a perfectly satisfied man who wants a new pillow. Nothing wrong about that. He lives a perfectly contented life by himself in his house. And he goes to the pillow store. And he finds what looks like the perfect pillow for him. He grabs it and walks home with it in a pillowcase bag. Only there's a problem. Because his pillow, it squirms all around. It never leaves him, and it's warm and fluffy, but it squirms all around. Naturally, he decides to take it back to the shop. This pillow is defective. And he says that. I bought a pillow here, and I think it's broken. The oily salesperson says, who's, of course, employee of the month, says, "What seems to be the problem, sir?" And the man tries to explain, "My pillow keeps moving." And the employee has to straighten him out on a few details. Is your pillow soft? Yes. Is your pillow fluffy? Well, yes. Well, then, congratulations. Would you like a button? You are a satisfied customer. But you notice, in the background, something else is happening. Because our would-be pillow is not the only person who would kind of like a sweet deal. The man then goes, he decides, okay, well, things went wrong with my pillow choice, but I also need a new footstool. So he goes to the furniture barn to buy a footstool. But there's a problem. And when he goes and says back to the shop and says, "I think my footstool is broken," he gets the same soft shoe. Is your footstool comfy? Oh, yes. Did your footstool tip over? No. Well, then, congratulations. Would you like a satisfied customer button? And when he goes to the jacket store, it's the same thing. It's the same thing with the same percolating subplot. Eventually, the man, he also tries to take the jacket back, and it doesn't work. And eventually, the man notices that he has fallen into a pattern. And we can all recognize that pattern. That is the pattern. And eventually he just says, "You know, as a jacket, you stink. But maybe as Jackie, you're not so bad. Maybe that should be your name." And that works out just fine. But you know what the man thinks? He comes to the conclusion that although Jackie didn't work out the way he thought, he needs a new hat. Where is he going to find such a new hat? Well, at the hat factory, of course. And how's that going to work out? I don't think there will be any complaints. Even on the mantelpiece. And that is My Pillow Keeps Moving. This is a keeper. This is one of those kids' books that I believe is every bit as enjoyable for adults as it is for children. And if you get this for your kids, as you well should, you're going to get asked often for it to be reread. And the only thing you have to worry about as a parent is being sure that this book does not inflame expectations. Right? Some kids reach a point in their development in their lives where they really want a pet. And I guess you should think about that, but you have to keep in mind what you already know if you're a parent, which is that it's going to be your pet. It's going to be your responsibility. The walking, the feeding, the vet bills, all of it is going to be your responsibility. It's not going to be the kid who does that. So the only caveat that I ever have with books like this, and of course there are a million of them, is that they are going to unintentionally inflame the desire for a pet. And that is a very, very serious thing. That is a life that is being brought into the house. It's going to last for 15 years, 20 years. But if that's not an issue, or if, for instance, you are an adult who's not planning on sharing this with kids at all, as is in my case, this is a keeper. So that's your library tour of doom book for today. And we will see what the next installment brings. I'll see you then. Thank you, BookTube.